Okay, I think we're live. Be good. La 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 la. I've got. Let me just wait and check. This is gonna pop up on here. Yes, there it is. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. What music should I put on? I've just got my mix, but it's gonna definitely get copyright struck because it's got like Persona music in it, and it always gets copyright struck. What music should I put on today? The background, the BG. Let's see what's popping up on my YouTube homepage. Music, literally every single YouTuber uses it at least once. uh, um, let's go with. I want like one of those videos that got a picture of like somewhere in Japan, and then just plays like lo-fi music, you know? Well, not lo-fi, but just like instrumental. Um, and not one of the ones that's like AI, ideally, which is a lot now, unfortunately. Let's go with. I mean, if it gets copyright claimed, you can actually. It's gotten a lot better with removing. Oh my God, my computer, don't die, please. It's gotten a lot better. You can remove copyrighted music from a video, and it like makes the audio quality, like the speaking, like garbled, but it does it pretty like compared to the past. It's much better. Oh my gosh, my computer is lagging really badly. Let me close some things here. I want to stream, but I, I don't know. I don't. My computer isn't really good enough. But I want to stream. Let's go One Piece Best Soundtrack Collection. Why not? Maybe this whole thing will get copyright claimed. Um, but let's see. Are we live still? Or yes, we are. Okay. I've got a little. I tried putting in a chat box. Up at the top here, top right. We'll see if that works and if chat messages pop up in it. I'm not sure if they will. I don't really haven't used it before. It'll be cool if it does work. But I think I might have to like get the link for a specific stream. I don't know if it's just tied to your channel. I'm not sure how it works. Actually, I'm not feeling this music. It's too. Oh my God, my browser is dying. It's like not loading a lot of things. Let me open Task Manager. Let me just see how much of my CPU is being used right now. Um, let's take a look. Oh my God, my computer's lagging. 90% of memory and 72% CPU. What's eating up so much memory here? Studio Paint, Firefox is eating the most. OBS, okay. Let me close some tabs. Yeah. Maybe that'll help. I don't know, Firefox is just not very well optimized. I don't know what it is about it. Because there's always so many instances of it open. Firefox is a built-in task manager, apparently. What is eating up? this right now. YouTube. Let me taking up a gigabyte of memory. Oh my god. Close that one. 44%. That tab wasn't even open. I don't know what it was. I was eating it up. Jeez. But it was killing it. I think that might be better now though. Yeah, it is. I don't know how or why that was killing the tab, but it should be okay now. Hmm. Anyway, we're going to do some more animating today. I'm just trying to find some BG music I could put on that I feel like listening to. I feel like today. Summertime record. 1 million views 2 years ago. Let's try that. I mean, YouTube really does eat a lot of your processing for some reason. Okay. Just good background noise. So I was doing this on stream like a week or so, a month ago now. And my current streams, audio streams currently raise 0. Oh my god, what? I don't know how to change that. Anyway, let me know if there's any problems. But yeah, I was doing this on about, I can check actually. It was a few weeks ago, and it was just a little spinning animation. I want to get more into doing animation and stuff, just because I haven't done it in ages, and this, oh my god, it's lagging. But then Google is really disappointing me lately. The Google websites and things. Yeah, I think it might have been 3 weeks ago, which is loud. Jeez. Yeah, probably about 3 weeks ago I streamed this. Jeez. Doesn't feel like that long, but I guess it was. That was my first stream I'd done since the new year. Jeez. Okay. Um, but yeah, so it's I made a new copy of it. Is okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm all over the place at the moment. I made a new copy of the thing, made it smaller, centered it, it's looping like that. I'm gonna try and do the hands now. So I want to have the hands, I think, go together at the same time, but be offset. So let me actually show all the different passes I tried doing. So there's this one, and it's that hand being offset, I believe. But it makes it look awkward. Really, one's offset. This one is them going in different directions, but it looks like a rowing kind of motion. This one is the opposite, I believe. Yeah, so it's going at the same time, but going opposite to the body motion. So it's kind of like a backwards rowing. And this one, I believe, is the same bit. The offset again. That one's, yeah, it's all weird. Couldn't get it right. But I think I know what to do now. So I'm going to have it going with the body, well, offset from the body by 1 frame, and at the same time the hands like together. So on this frame, we'll have them on the up. Yeah, so there's 5 frames. So in this case, that's the up. The down. Oh, that's the down. Okay. Yeah. So it's down, up, to left. I guess that's right. It's left. Down. I guess that's the up. Yeah, what if we have this frame of bring more into that down position. Oh, reach over. Or more into the right position, I mean. Compared to the first frame. And have this be the up. Okay, I think that's what I'll do. So let me move you up more. Have body go like that, but we'll have the head trail behind a bit more. I guess that's kind of what I was doing to begin with. Yeah, I was kind of doing that anyway. Was the body was going ahead rather than the head going back from that position. Yeah, I think that's a bit better because it goes out more, that goes up more. Okay, so this is the up. So I think I'm going to have the up be on this frame for the arms. So, because they're kind of like trailing behind, you know? Like that, and then, so it's the up. This is the left. Do I want it to be breaking like that? Or do I want it to be more like, I think I want it to be more like that. Then, right, so this is kind of in between. So it means this would be the down. Don't crash on me, CSP. Thank you. It's an in between, so they're going to be more out here. And then down this room. I think what I want to do here is make it a bit more of an arc. That one, yeah, that's also, it's been moved. It's more arc-like, you know? Children making noises in this song. Then this is the low, so it would be kind of like that. And these kind of coming out here. It's kind of back there. But it doesn't really matter for that hand because it's off screen. How does this look? It's pretty good. Maybe it comes down too far. Maybe I should just have them kind of staying up. I think so. So, yeah, I'm gonna do this on the wrong thing anyway. read this whole thing. Okay. I meant to draw them on this top layer. Okay, so this is the up. You might even have them go a little higher up to emphasize that. And these are visited down, so they won't actually be that far down, I don't think. And these ones, because they're the right. Need to be further out. Yeah, much further out. Okay. So this one is just in between, things like that. And this one is the right. Okay. Oh, okay. That's better. I honestly want it to be down. I want to be down more, because actually they are kind of far down. In that case, I want the right to be right more. That's a down, then let me quickly just go on here. It's only one. Yeah, okay. You seem to be way out here. And maybe a bit too far. I don't know. Because the green is the previous one, right? No, green is the blue's previous. Okay, yeah, maybe that is too far. Get lower, a bit closer overall. Then yeah, okay, I think that's pretty good. I can add some squash and stretch on those hands as well, so I'm just going down. You know, make it. Okay, and then Splitting up. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Okay. But yeah, I've been wanting to do more animation and just work on my art skills. So I, I apologize I haven't gotten many videos out. I've just been very stressed trying to balance a lot of things and trying to do probably too many things at once. Because I'm in Japan, trying to enjoy Japan, trying to job seek in Japan as well as job seek in Australia, just for backup. And then do YouTube, then also Japanese study, and then also like upskill for my portfolio for getting work in either place eventually. And I was like, oh, I'm doing too much and not doing enough of not doing a fulfilling amount in either direction. So I mean like, oh, I should probably cut back a bit on YouTube or take it a bit less seriously because I stress about YouTube a ton and overthink it for like how big it is realistically and successful it is. So I just need to treat it more like a hobby and enjoy it. And that just means like not worrying about working on videos all the time or getting something out at like a super consistent rate. So I have that Gen 4 from memory video I'm working on. I haven't started editing it yet, just because I was like overwhelmed last week. So I'll try and get that out pretty soon, but I'm just kind of stepping back a little bit from like video making as my main thing, and at the moment I want to focus more on just improving my art skills and making art based on Japan and animating and stuff here, and just yeah. And I do want to turn that into videos for like talking about it or specific themes for targeting my study and improvement and making videos about that. But yeah. So, and I also want to like stream a lot of that art making, so I'm not like gone. Like I don't want to be gone from YouTube. If anything, I'll try and be more active with streaming. But I think just videos for now are taking a bit of a less. They're taking a backseat in my mind, but I don't know if that will turn into like a backseat in output for videos necessarily. It's kind of odd. Anyway, let's do another pass of this altogether now. That's not what I want. Yeah. Clean this up much more. Okay. Yeah, because I realized like I don't know, I studied animation and right after I need it's a video I want to make eventually talking through this whole experience in the past like 3 years, 4 years. But I graduated from art school in 2022. And right at the end of that year, I got super burnt out and like stressed about like job prospects and my own ability and self-doubt and just state of the industry and what I was going to do with my life, and where I could be doing that stuff. And I like just kind of broke down with oops, in regards to motivation for art and just burnt out on it. And I was really struggling. And I just kind of gave up on any potential of doing like industry work or anything. And I think I was like, oh, there's nothing in Australia, there's nothing for me there. But I've kind of come back around on that and realized like, oh, I could have kept going and could have tried, and yeah, and I'm only kind of coming back to that now and getting over that burnout like this year mainly. So yeah, just Took a long time, but it's very, I need to get through those thoughts more if I want to make a video on it. But yeah, I'm just kind of trying to, for the first time, really, since studying, like actively working to improve my skills and maybe even like get a job in the art field. Because I feel like I just kind of gave up on it before I even let myself have the chance to like try. Yeah. Oh, Super Smash Bros. It's been so long. Josh. Oh, the chat works. It pops up. Cool. Yippee yippee. But yeah, I'm back in it. I'm making stuff. I'm animating properly because I've done edible animations, but I just focused on YouTube for the past 2 years. And yeah, but I'm looking forward to actually coming back and doing art things now. Such a good username. It will be okay. We'll work on stuff. We are working on stuff, so I'm happy about that. Yeah. Is this video done? It is. Okay. Let's go with Vintage Cafe Jazz Piano playlist. I don't know if the background music's even audible through OBS right now. I don't know. I want to get this, I think the text from this chat box bigger. I'm going to play around with it a little bit. Why is this tab, like, dead? What even was this tab? I don't know. Hold it. Let me go dashboard. I'm trying some stream elements to see if it works. Chat, oh, it's overlays or something, I think. Profile page, no. Chatbot. Commands, no. Streaming tools? Overlays, here we go. Yes, edits. And click on this one. Text settings. We'll make the size 30. Oh, that's a bit too big. 24. Let's go 18. 20. Yeah, it's okay. And then should hopefully show up there a bit bigger, a bit better now. So yeah. Alright. So this is just a hand. It's gonna be kind of going like that. Should probably, I'll use a smaller pen for the final cleanup. Yeah, I was like, oh, should I stream on Twitch? And I was like, nah, it's probably not. I'm good. I don't need to stream on Twitch. I feel like this head needs to be bigger. Yeah, that's one of the things I think I need to improve on with animation most because it's something I never really quite figured out or got content with is cleanup. Because it was always like, oh, my line, or I guess just line confidence and consistency would be the more specific part of that. Because I don't really have any, because my art has improved, so I'm sure my line confidence has improved since 2022. And I haven't really got any examples of animations to like look at to see if that has improved as well, because I did like a walk cycle kind of bug thing in 2024 at the very start, and I've done little, like, not even second long, like just movements for YouTube, but none of them, they were kind of rushed as well, just because it's a YouTube video. So none of them were really, I think I want to make I'm gonna break the bones here a bit. I'm gonna make this arm kind of go like that because it's dragging it down. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I never really got too good with like line consistency. So I'm curious to see if I can really focus and improve on that. Because I've always thought my movement is pretty good, and like principles are decent, but it's more just the polish. So I'm kind of impatient when it comes to those things. Oh, my computer is struggling. I think it's because I got OBS open. I'll just have the browser to view chat and stuff. So this is bit confused actually. Down, but the right is alright because it's back. Actually, I should probably redraw the hands then. Yeah, they're being pulled up, not going backward. That's on the right. So if anything, they should be that. Yeah, I confused myself. Got the keyframes mixed up. And this one. Now they should be here, going like, oh, we're being pulled back, we're coming forward. Yeah. And this one would be the bases of that there. And oops. Wait, what time is it? He's commenting. My old buddy Josh is commenting. It's only 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. He should be at work. He probably was. He was probably just seeing chat or thing and clicked on it briefly. Okay. I think this would be the most dramatic frame, just because there's no in between it's in the last frame. It's down straight to the right. So if I'm going to do any smearing, which I kind of don't want to do because it's a little over the top, I'll do very slight smearing. Be more effective with just stretching, I think. Which technically is what smearing is a part of. It's just a stylized stretch, but oh well. And I want this to be in front of the head or behind it. Honestly, I think what do I do? I think this kind of should go up and over a bit more. Yeah. And that's low. I think this could honestly be a little bit lower. What will be for? I wanted, this is mainly just to get back into the swing of animating after a long time and try and take things a bit more seriously. But if I like how it looks, I might make this like a starting soon screen. It's me trying to recreate an animation or scene, just without referencing it specifically, just so I can recreate a similar look and be satisfied with it based on my own skills. But yeah. Yeah, it might be for it might be for an end card, it might be for like a stream starting soon thing. I'm not sure yet. Yeah. Yeah, I got to be. I didn't have it last stream just because I was doing that for video recording. I didn't want the PNG to be in the way of that too much because I was recording the stream to use as B-roll for a video. But yeah. It's back now. It's tricky. Oh, you can? Oh, I didn't know that. You can record them separately. Ah, I thought you could just record whatever's in the main workspace. Huh. I might set that up for future stuff. But, they're very useful. I'll have to look into doing that. Is it the settings and you can like set it to record only certain layers or sources? Like output, streaming, recording formats, image stream. Can't see where that would be specifically. Is it in the properties in OBS maybe? The source itself? I'll look into it. upper settings. Yeah, if you want to look at a tutorial, that might be useful. Um, so I'm looking at the recording tab in output, but I'm not seeing. It's got recording path, recording quality, format, audio track, mix, and muxa settings, and XER. I don't even know what that is. I can't change it now because I'm streaming at the moment. Yeah. Use a little OBS. Wait, did it auto... Did you put the link and it auto deleted the message? Oh, it might have done that. I think it like auto modded it. I don't even have like an auto mod or like a bot or anything. I think it just like automatically did that maybe. Like an anti-spam thing that YouTube has. Not sure. Well, if you just whatever the person's name is, I can look it up afterwards. I appreciate it. Thank you. I forgot. Little hair strands. Would they be... If it's coming back up, they would actually be... Well, coming down that way. Record source separately, Michael Fire. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. Let's look. Oh, those hands are so goopy. Yeah, this is just a very simple thing because it's a loop, so I need to do more like things that aren't just loops. I need to make a list of things to animate, experiment with, and practice. Same for I want to improve just general art skills. So I want to do like I'm gonna do it in the format of a YouTube video, right? So it'd have to be like trying to do like I did backgrounds for 30 days, I animated for 30 days. How did I improve? Like something like that, or I did pixel art. So I'll have to come up with some ideas, which it's fine. It's just like specializing models. I do other stuff on the side, but yeah. These hands too goopy. Maybe. I part of me thinks they're too like rowy, look like I'm rowing something. Maybe because they're going too far to the left and right. That might be it. Um, me get rid of that one and do these two instead. So it's just a down. So that's it's a down. Let's see up. Not too bad. Let's see. Okay, it goes out too far still, I think. Uh, I think maybe if it's so fast, we maybe shouldn't have that many, like much of an arc anyway. Yeah, that's honestly better. It's got a bit of a loop. It's not so much of like a rowing motion. Um, I do like that more. So let's go back here and tweak our hands to be like that. That one's fine because it's the up. But this one. Oh, oopsies. I am the wrong layer. Oh, animation, you are a tricky thing, aren't you? Incidentally, it's not that bad. Neither is that one. This one I'll move. Shopping tools at the shop while watching peak content. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, what are you? I was like, you should be working. But okay, is that part of it? Is the curve here? This because it's too much of a bend. I need it to be. Bend, but just gotta keep the general shape so it comes down a lot more. And that. Actually, I will make the whole arm go down. How's that look? It's messy. It's lagging, but it's pretty good. It's better. So down, right? Yeah. Honestly, it needs to come over more, doesn't it? Needs to be a bit lower, I think, to match that one. Okay. Because this one is so stretched out up there like that. Maybe I need to change this one as well. Yeah, I think that would be better. I don't know if that looks better or not. I think so. So silly. I need something with more, like, I need to animate some stuff with more context behind it. These little tests and experiments are fine, but it's okay. I'll worry about that in the future. For now, I just need to focus on making stuff. Okay. Now we'll go to a proper kind of cleanup class. Yeah, I'm in a hurry to climb. Yeah, I'm feeling that itch, like, oh, I need to blah, 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 do this, do this, do this. But it's just chill out. Just make the things first. I get kind of excited thinking about the things, or I guess I'm maybe a little bit nervous thinking about all the things I have to do. Okay. Let's make the lineup thinner. Set stabilization on it. Where is the stabilizer actually? Does brush not have it? Or is it just not showing up in stroke? Spraying dipper shape, no. Correction, here you go. Stabilization, let's make that visible. Let's set stabilization to, because I'm going to try and actually improve my line art skills here and make it cleaner. So let's set stabilization to 10. And how is thickness? It's pretty consistent. Okay. But how's that stabilization? Is that good enough? D20 comparison. It feels the same. Why does it feel like we go 0? It feels the same to me as like 30. Okay, that's a bit better now. That's more noticeable. I guess you kind of want it to be a an amount that's not noticeable, because it doesn't, like, you can still do the drawing you want to do without it being too like slow, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's something I'm just pulling out of nowhere. Okay. I know a lot of people you do big broad strokes and go over the lines so that you can go in and clean it up later. You gotta be zoomed out as well, so you can have it be kind of less strain, I guess, on your wrist for, and like the less when you're zoomed in, there'll be lots of small movements, and that kind of can make it not what you want. I don't know. I'm trying to like talk professionally about something I'm trying to improve on. I'm not a professional at yet. So feel free to ignore me. I'm just talking through how I'm thinking about it in the moment. Yeah, I think, yeah, cleanup is hard because it takes a long time. Like, I think it's that rule. I never heard it until like I was like 21, but my favorite YouTuber, Robbie Huang, who is from Adventure Archives, a hiking channel, but he's got his own personal channel, which is vlogs and stuff. He said in one of those vlogs, like, when it comes to making projects, the final 5% or final 10% takes 90% of the work. So those final adjustments and cleanup and stuff like that just take a long time, which is true. I wonder if this is even too thin. It's size 6 brush. He hasn't actually uploaded in a while, but I also haven't seen been up to date with like their main channel, Adventure Archives, for a little bit anyway. So yeah, a very good channel. I would recommend it. Very high quality, like probably some of the highest quality stuff out there on YouTube. It's like a hiking channel and I guess travel channel, but mainly hiking. And they're like professional filmmakers essentially. They make the music themselves. They do a lot of stuff, and they got very high quality. So I haven't really worked with a thin line art like properly, like ever. I remember in art school, I would be like always like, "Oh, your line art's too thick," and like it was back then. But even if I would try to make it thinner, it would still end up be like too thick. It was like always too thick. So I think it's good to try and experiment with doing things much smaller. It like feels wrong to me just to see that point of contrast, I suppose. This one, am I going to draw fingers or no? Or just ball hands? I think let's just go ball hands. It'll be easier, and I can warp them, like stretch them and stuff. I think that'll be okay. And give them like glove kind of hand, you know. It should be alright. It's time to pay attention to the eyes and stuff like that. Ah, photo recovery. Make sure they're consistent. Eyes are hard because they're very easy to make look wrong. Because these hands are coming from back there, they should be going kind of like that, right? A little bit of backwards thrust. I could do this as a vector layer, actually. It might make it easier to erase these like odd ends. I might try that for the next frame. It's just that it's a bit tricky to color that afterwards. I can rasterize. I should be able to rasterize it though. Or like flatten it. I'm gonna make this eye bigger. I don't know if you can do how you make it a vector. Because it's a timeline thing. Vector animation tutorial. 9 years ago, oh my god. Because you can press this button here and you vectorize. Is that capturing my cursor? Should be. I've got my layers covered actually. Here it is by my PNG tuber. But below me, there's over here, new vector layer. And that works, but I don't know if that will make it a cell. It does. Okay, cool. Cool. Wow, what the heck? What happened? Why is my PNG tuber small? The heck? Oh, I think I've got two instances of it. Oh, that's why. Because I had the separate instance of VideoTube from because I had my smaller older one. That's funny. Alright. I'll finish up this frame. And that's pretty good. It's still vector. Yeah. See like that. Okay, cool. Just gonna set the opacity lower. Alright, now do I need onion skin on? I will for some parts just to check. I could probably just flip back between the two and that should be fine. Consistency. Because it's one thing having clean line art for your cleanup. The other thing is having consistency in your like shapes and forms. Because it's easy for a rough animation to look good because your brain fills in the gaps. If a clean line art, because there's less information there, you gotta make sure it's actually following those rules and is being consistent. Yeah, let's see. So I raise its normal bit and I operation. Yes, can I delete specific parts? No. Delete control point. Okay, it's V is the. Oh. I don't know which is easier. I can also just erase though. So if it's some specific parts, I can do that. I wish it was like a cutter tool. That's what Toon Boom has. I haven't used Toon Boom in years now. Oh. It's just expensive, so it's kind of hard to go back to it. I should set up my drawing tablet for shortcuts because it's got buttons on it on the side, and that would be pretty useful actually for like going back and forth between frames, cycling between them. Yeah, is there... Hmm. Shortcut Y. Control point, simplify. Inspect the line. That's pretty good. Simplify, connect, delete. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Y is the tool I want. Which tool even is that? Is that the tool connect line? It's at the bottom. Okay. Actually, we'll bring that up. Yeah, it's good. That is actually, I need to make. You stick out more because a lot of that head shape and size comes from the bulk of the hair. I think I need to make it overall a bit whiter. It just feels I can't do liquefy. Can I? I can't. Yeah, I can't. Change vector line. Doesn't go any bigger. Does okay. Oh, okay, that's not what I wanted. I want control points. Control points. Hmm. What if we start with this first? I think it's good because it's kind of can shape into that. Yeah, I need to get this Gen 4 video done. I'm a bit hesitant on working on it. I'm just like procrastinating on it because I don't have anything else in the pipeline at the moment after it. So I'm like, oh, once it's done, that's the last video ever. But it's not. But it's just the next video I want to do will take a lot of work. I just kind of want to do art, so it's not specifically video work at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. I'll try and get it out maybe this week. If I intended to get it out like at the start of last week, but I just got busy and stressed with things in Japan here. I've got admin stuff to do this week as well, like visa renewal stuff. So I will be prioritizing that. Probably tomorrow. I will try and go. Doing talking videos? It is, yeah. That's why I've got the PNG tuber for the main ones, and it's mainly just editing I need to do. But the next one I wanted to do was I want to do a video talking about like storytime animation and if it's kind of made a comeback or has it made a comeback? Like, is it still in that stage? Did it ever really leave? I want to talk about that because I have experience of that as someone who did storytime animation and is still kind of in that community. Like, I don't know if my videos would count as storytime animation. They're like adjacent to it, I guess. But yeah, I want to make a video about that, and I do want to do some animated segments in it, and that would probably be good for what I'm trying to do with animation stuff. So I will definitely be working on. I think that'll be a good idea actually to do. But I just don't know how long that will take to come out. Yeah, the my first video trend from last year especially. And bleeding into this year, I want to talk about that and just kind of like we're seeing a new wave of it, but I'm curious to see how it goes beyond just that initial like my first video trend. Like some YouTubers, some of them are becoming like proper YouTubers and really growing from it and being successful and making a ton of stuff, whereas others are kind of getting big, that initial boom from those videos, but I think because they're suddenly getting a big audience, they're feeling a lot of pressure. And like it's like, oh, like a video made in a couple of days for fun, now there's like a lot of expectation on me to be like the next Jaden Animations or whatever. And how it's gonna kind of evolve in, will it build a new community like it did before? Or will it like just be a trend? I'm not too sure. But I kind of want to talk about that in the video. And give my old head storytime animator wisdom. Something's really good. We've got new people coming out making videos, and it's a lot of people who grew up with like those original big storytime animators. They have a success of it. Keeps me wondering. You need to have your channel with an active account that you constantly use. Instead of using a channel just for upload. Oh, like you need to actually engage with watching stuff to like have the YouTube algorithm pick it up. I don't really know, because a lot of them were just channels that were made like recently, but I don't know if they had that channel for years and like were watching things with it. I don't know. It's hard to say with YouTube algorithm stuff. There's no definitive answer, so it's not something I can really comment on. But I think like I think the person who got the biggest boom from it, of just the first video trend, because the biggest new storytime anime would be Ringo Tsuga, I believe, but their story is a bit different because they blew up like after their second video, and they were already kind of an established animator within the community, but just in the background, like supporting other creators and stuff like that. But I think the biggest one that blew up from their first video was probably Miyu Tells Tales, because it was just from the one video. She got like 100,000 subscribers, which is crazy. But yeah, joined February 11, 2023, her channel. So yeah, maybe she was using it as her main watching thing, and that might have impacted it. I don't know. But that one is also not anything to base a rule off of or use as a good example, because that's a very fringe case, like an extreme algorithm boost luck. Like people, it like was people rallying behind wanting to build a new creator. Yeah, but it did happen a bit. I remember with like even the year before, like when I started Rifushi, her first video like did really well. It was kind of like a meta video about that thing, like storytime adjacent. So similar kind of thing. It's happened, and it only really became like a big trend last year. And Rivushi's she's gone more into like art videos, I guess, and like storytime, but more about like her art process and like game development, or art for game development, which is similar to what like I'm at the moment leaning towards, of like videos relating to art and my process talking through it as the story. But yeah, I think I'm interested to see how the current storytime stuff grows and shifts, because it might reach the same thing that the previous big trend did, where it's like everyone had the same kind of stories because it's like high schoolers and uni students. So it's a limited pool of experience that they can pull from, and a lot of those shared experiences. So it did become kind of stale. And I feel like it might have been like a rushed version of that whole thing that took like originally like over 2-3 years. It might have been like over 6 months. We'll see, just because of social media and how it moves now. But it's also interesting to see a difference in like how comedy has changed and how it's more like short form now than before. It's because that's what social media is all about, and that's what the people who are making them are more familiar with, because that's like kind of more what they've grown up with, like especially the younger people. So now I don't know if I'll just make a new channel or an existing account like this one and leave the other one. I don't know. It's hard. So my channel, I made it in 2019, at the start of 2019, and I made some videos on it around September. I got them unlisted, but they were like cartoon reviews essentially. I did some reviews of Primal, which is a Gendy Tartakovsky show, and it was called Fast Thoughts. I'd make them like within like hours of watching it. It was very fast, like almost podcasty, like no actual drawings or anything. Um, and a few of those videos did pretty well because Primal was a niche show and a bit like kind of dedicated fans, and I got the videos out pretty quickly. But then I stopped uploading in uni mostly because I was focusing on studies, and came back in 2023 with a few videos. They didn't do super well or anything, and then 2024 was when it kind of gained some momentum for me. Yeah. I use that account as my main one, yeah. So watching and also uploading. My old channel, my original one, was that I used for like watching and uploading. It was like an object show one, and it was originally like a Minecraft channel or whatever back in 2012. But that one I stopped using around 2019. I think it's just because I became too cluttered, my subscription box and stuff like that, and I just changed. And yeah, because I've been using the same channel for 6 years, 7 years. That did not mean for that to be a 6-7 joke, but yeah, it could be. I don't really know because even my channel, like with uploading, it's gone in waves of like some videos do really well, other period they do consistently well, and then like droughts. Like in 2024, it started off, built a lot of momentum with like the Duolingo videos, my most successful one still, the Dungeon Meshi videos, and then it kind of fell off around June, July, and then stayed pretty dead till December, and it popped back up again around Christmas time, and then I was good momentum growing throughout till March, and even April I got a boost because I did that like first video trend. I was curious to see how it would affect the channel that already has videos, and if it was just like a thing that YouTube was doing, boosting new channels or not. And it still did pretty good. It got like good for my channel, at least not great by that trend's like standards, but it did pretty good. And then it kind of flatlined a bit after that because I spent a long time working on my Norska video and just got busy and was doing a bunch of different things. So it's a whole mix of different things. I think for me, last year it was I was shifting around between too many different content styles or video styles, and that probably hurt it because I had a bunch of people come in subscribing for like story time stuff with that video if I did well, and I had people that were here for anime stuff. I had people that were here for like Japanese study kind of stuff like that. So it ended up being a bit probably hurting the channel overall because I wasn't maybe not having a large percentage of my subscribers watching my videos. I don't know. But yeah, I try not to think about it too much because, well, especially now, because I get really stressed out about it and overthink it. And just gotta do what you can. You can't control it and just enjoy making videos. You can always think about, oh, it would be better if I did this or better if I did that. But ultimately, it's out of your control, unfortunately. Yeah, just push through it. All you can do is control your output and the energy you put into it, and hopefully people will reciprocate, yeah. YouTube's hard. It's a hobby, but it's tricky because it's like the dream for a lot of people. So it's very much like playing with your dreams, and a lot of YouTube is this idea, especially in like art YouTube. It's like the idea of selling a dream. Oh, hello, Rinribus? No, Rinribus. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right at all, but welcome. We're just talking about YouTube stuff and art. Doing some animating here, cleanup specifically. Okay, so I want this part erased. How about you? Correct pronunciation? Excellent. Very nice. I always try to pronounce things. I remember I had a Korean friend, and they were like, oh, they had like their Korean name and an English name, and I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, what's your Korean name? And like, it's this. And I was like, oh, and like, how do you pronounce it? And I said it, and they were like, you're the first person to ever pronounce it first try. I was like, oh no, I feel so bad. Like, I had a friend growing up. I had a friend called Kian, Kian, which I don't think is like that rare of a name. But maybe I'm biased because he was like my childhood friend growing up, and I was just used to it. But without fail, every time teachers and people would always mispronounce his name would be Kian. And I don't know, but I had multiple. There was like two Kians in my school, so it was a very normal name for me. Um, and I think it's an English name. I don't think it's like a foreign name or anything. But yeah, I just had, it was weird. Names are weird. Names are hard for people, and usernames as well because internet. So yeah. Oh well. I mean, names are important for YouTube and branding. Because my channel, this one, it evolved. It was, I think it was originally just my full name, Cameron Turner, and then it became, it might have been Cam Turnaround, because that was a name I was using online, and then it became Cameron, or Cam Turn Art, which was my art, like, alias. But I got kind of sick of going by Cam. It just felt, it like irritated me for some reason after a while. So I stopped doing that and went by Cameron's Atelier, or Atelier, which is a French word which just means like artist studio. But I was using that for like 6 months to a year, but people couldn't pronounce that. And people didn't know how to say it, they didn't know what it was. So I was like, oh, well, that's not going to be very good. People can't search it up because they don't know how to spell it. So I changed it to Cameronhanashi, which is another weird word because it's a Japanese word, but it's easy to spell. And yeah, so I'm hoping that's pretty good. And I've been told by people who have bigger channels, like, oh, that's a really good name. It's memorable. So I'm like, okay, good. But I don't know. I've gotten used to it now, so I probably won't change it for a long time. And yeah. I had someone comment, I made a short last year explaining the name. Someone commented saying that they thought it was my surname. And I was like, oh, I guess I don't mind if that's the interpretation of it. Like, it doesn't really bother me as long as it's remembered, I suppose. Yeah. So this one is going to, so it goes straight up. Surname inspired by show, yeah. Yeah, it's just a Japanese word because I am a weeaboo. That's pretty common though, in a lot of online usernames, I feel. Or like, you've got, for example, like Ringo Tsuga, which is a Japanese word, but Ringo is also Japanese, so it makes sense. But you have like Emery Chu, Lily Pichu, which comes from multiple things, but it's like Chu is the Japanese onomatopoeia of a squeak, and it's also like kiss sound. So it's another thing. It's also just like, oh, it's a cute sound. So that's why I think they chose it. And Pichu, like the Pokemon. But yeah, all sorts of things. Cameron Nissan. Yeah, I don't think I'd go by that. But because it's too weeby. Maybe if I was fully embracing it. But I don't know, whatever. I guess that would work. Um, I guess it's also technically right because I am an older brother. I have a younger sister, so I technically am a Nissan or an Ani. Or I think the Japanese equivalent to Unk is like Aniki, or like It's like pops, like Tochan, Tosan, like that kind of thing. But I'm not Unk. I'm only 24. 24 is still young, right, guys? Quick question: do you prefer anime characters with noses or without noses? I flip flop, and I even do that when drawing myself. Um, I think it depends on the style. So I mainly do a more simplified style, and when it's simplified, unless it's like a line nose, like a very small anime nose where it's like a dot, I either go between that or no nose. But if it's like a more detailed art style, like something from Attack on Titan, I'm I think it's cool because you can get more character coming from it. Like I always think of Annie from Attack on Titan. She's got that more the different nose bridge shape. I can't remember the nose type, like the name. I think it's like an aquiline nose. Where it's a kind of it's a concave nose bridge, I guess. Oh no, convex one. Sorry. Yeah, but yeah, like a Roman nose maybe. It might be it. I'm not sure. Or like a hawk nose. It's based on Google Images. But yeah, I think that's cool because you can express that in different art styles. But in most animated characters, I think just the simplified nose typically the better. Like the way I usually do it would be like dot or like a line or like a dot like that. But even some like do that like the shaded nose. I know Dragon Ball kind of popularized that originally, I think. And I think that's used in other things. It depends. I mean, you got like Animal Crossing noses as well. It just depends on the art style. I don't particularly have a preference either way, but I habitually tend to just do the more simple ones. So yeah, hope that answered your question to a degree. It wasn't too, I think anything's fine, but yeah. I tend to prefer simple noses if, unless a style accommodates it. Yeah, really young in my 30s. Oh, yeah, it's young. I genuinely like people get, especially I found younger people like Gen Z and younger put a big emphasis on like youth. But yeah, I don't really care. I've never felt my age or that relatable to my age demographic, so that's okay. I like to joke that I'm Unk because I was always the oldest out of my friends growing up. Um, and I'm not the oldest out of my friends now, but I've got friends plenty older than me. So yeah, but like childhood friends, I was the oldest in the group because I had to repeat a year of schooling due to health issues as a young kid. And also in Australia, they did a thing where it's like if you're born after a certain year, um, you have to, or after a certain month, you have to like repeat. Shit, this one is not gonna be good because it's got too much talking. We'll just loop the previous one. Unk by height. What does it even mean? Unk by height? Like if height equals age? I don't know. Because well, that's another thing in Japan at least. I'm too tall for Japan, or by most standards. I think I don't know what my height is. It feels like it changes because I have a friend who's like 6'2" or 3. But we're like we're like eye level, pretty much. But I thought I was only just flat 6 foot, so I don't know. Yeah, they call me Unk. Maybe I'm taller than all my friends in Australia except for one. Um, but yeah, in Japan, I'm tall. I'm usually the tallest person around, like on the trains and stuff. I have to duck to get out of train doors, and I always hit my head on the like rail, like the little hand loop grip things. I don't know why I'm struggling so much to remember what they're called. Just the handrails. They're always like I hit one of them, I move the other way, I hit like a sign hanging from the roof of the train. It's always something. Maybe idea for you how you got fascinated in Japan. I think, yeah, I do need to talk about that originally. It might be a good short. I'll see if I can flesh that out, but that is something I want to talk about. I've talked about how I first got into anime, which is I haven't watched that video in a long time. It might touch on that a bit, but I think I'll do that at some point. Might be a good story time bit. I also want to experiment with more shorts as well, so and taking shorts from streams and editing them into shorts. But it's not that interesting how I got into it. It was mainly just because I went there at a very formative age, and it cursed me for life to be interested in the country. So yeah, for the most poorly drawn stickman or the most elaborate piece of art but done by AI, I 100% every single time, without fail, prefer the most poorly drawn stickman. Anything made by a person will always be better than anything made by AI. And yeah, that's congrats because you bought. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm happy to have to talk and answer questions while drawing. I appreciate it. But yeah, AI stuff is, we all know, if we're artists, it sucks. No one in the art scene likes it, and if they do, they're an imposter. But there is legitimate uses for AI in systems. Like, I know in Australia it can be used for, and when I say AI, I don't mean like ChatGPT, like LLMs and image generation. I mean like actual technology. Like AI is a buzzword mainly. We don't have real AI as far as I'm aware. But like in Australia, there was AI used for fire detection, and like in rural areas and stuff like that, and that's pretty good. Because Australia gets a lot of fires, especially around summer. And like health as well, it can be very useful. But in art, no, not really. And there is good videos exploring, like, is there any way it can potentially be useful? Because everyone's trying to sell people on it. Mainly it's because they've invested into it and trying to. It's not really working. But I think PCAT has a really good video on it, and I think her conclusion was just like, it not really, like, you got to go through, like, even with most AI stuff I've experimented with, or just like on like LLMs, like chatting wise, like it doesn't really help. You end up just having to do more work to get it to do what you want it to. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's not good, and for the amount of energy it uses, it's not worth it, I think, to go through all that for frankly, like a subpar product. So yeah. But I do know, I have a friend who's like researching it and ways it could potentially be implemented into pipeline for animation. I don't remember what stage she's at or what conclusion she's come to, but I remember she was investigating that. So yeah. Hello, hello, Lovisray. Lovisray? The pronunciations again tricky, but I hope you're having a good day or evening. I don't know what time. I think most of my audience is the other side of the world, like Americas and some Europe. I've also got some Australian, and I'm sure some. Well, Australia is kind of same as Asia time zone wise, so yeah. I hope you're having a good whatever. That's alright. Okay, cool. I'm 2 for 2. In Asia, where I am, it is. What time is it actually? Almost 4 o'clock. my stomach has been growling, so I will probably get food at like 5. But yeah, it's pretty good. Is that too big though? Maybe. Yeah, it's really cool to because this is my first time like living in Northern Hemisphere and living somewhere with real seasons because Australia doesn't really have that, or at least the part I lived in doesn't. So I got to experience a proper winter, and it's coming into spring, and I can feel the season changing, which is really cool, and it makes me excited because we're going to enter cherry blossom season soon, and it will be my first time ever being in Japan for cherry blossom season, so I'm excited for that. Sounds cute. Thank you. I am currently working to improve it to get more of like a professional standard. At least my fundamental skills for like animation and stuff like that. So I want to do more in regard of it. First time here, welcome. I do little videos and I've been doing little streams recently as well. Yeah, it is good for you to visit. These... Oh my gosh, there's emojis popping up on the side in the live chat. How fun. I remember, because does that do anything? YouTube, or is it just like a fun thing? I'm still not fully used to like streaming culture, I suppose you could say. Like, I could make, I know a lot of, because like the only streamers I really watch on YouTube and kind of just the only streamers I watch in general, aside from Gemma, is like probably VTubers. So I know they use YouTube primarily, and they have like you can get like super chats and memberships and stuff like that. But and like maybe I would do that in the future, but not for now at least. I don't need to. I don't stream consistently enough, and I don't want to like be like, hey guys, to the 3 people who come hang out, give me money. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe prefer doing like a Patreon if anything. But that's for down the road. I was actually thinking of opening up for commissions, for like little sketch commissions, based on the things I've been doing this year. I'm like in a similar art style or quality of that. And like trying to research where I could do that. And I was like, oh, maybe I could open a like a Ko-fi or coffee and do something through there. That might be fun. But I'm not sure if I would get anything from it, but it might still be worth it just to put it out there as an option or thing to have. Oh, this one's really hard because it goes from here to there, so I gotta... What I'll do is... so I can swap between them. This here. Okay. Because I will be referencing this frame more than that one, so... Yippee. Oh, and I do want to do some game streams. I'm currently playing Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. I'm pretty close to finishing it though, like maybe 10 hours away, of like 3/4 of the way through roughly. Maybe even a bit closer to finishing now. Oh, that's a bad tangent. So I'll probably finish that, and then I'm thinking of streaming Mario Galaxy, because I want to play that next and before the movie comes out. But sadly, It comes out April 1st, I think, in most places. But it doesn't come out until like April 27th in Japan. So I won't be able to see it till then. It's kind of a shame. I'm actually getting kind of excited for it. I played a lot of Mario games last year. Not necessarily intending to. And I guess because it was the 30th anniversary or the 40th anniversary, so it's pretty cool that I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, yeah. I think I want this to squash a bit more. Oh, I'm not sure how many like anime fans we have in chat here, but I watched 2 nights ago. I watched Cho Kaguya Yume or Cosmic Princess Kaguya, which is a recent movie. I think it came out in January, maybe February. It's a Netflix original one, and it's based on a manga, I believe. And it's just like a retelling of Princess Kaguya in the modern day. And it's like if Princess Kaguya, if you know the Ghibli movie or just the story, it's like if she was like a VTuber slash like Vocaloid streamer kind of thing. It's pretty cool. It's like React Emoji something. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Just a little engagement thing or chat. It's such a good movie. It's 2.5 hours long, so it's really long for an anime film. I'm very happy about that because there isn't a lot of long anime movies that come out, or just long movies in general. So I think it's really cool, and it's so expressive. It's a little predictable in its like story. I was able to predict it pretty easily, but I still think it was a very fun movie to watch, and I would recommend it if you're into anime or kind of anime related subculture stuff like VTubers, Vocaloid, J-pop, anything like that. It's very similar to Bell by Mamoru Hosoda, who did like Wolf Children and Summer Wars and the Digimon movie. So it's very, because he does a lot of internet kind of themed stories. So it's very much reminds you of that. I think that is honestly a little bit better, or a more. I think the art direction in his films in regards to the internet is better, but I think this one's just a more fun story. It was kind of depressing, but also, I don't know, Belle made me cry, but this didn't, so maybe Belle is better. I don't know. Belle is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, so a bit different, but I haven't seen his newest film, though, Scarlet, that came out like in December. So I should, and it's on cinemas anymore, but I don't know if it's been localized yet, and if there's English to watch online anywhere. So about for now, enjoy, yeah, thank you, thanks for coming by and chatting. I will probably finish this up within the next hour or so, I imagine. It will just be color. But yeah, thanks for coming, have a good rest of your day. Zoom out. Alright. But yeah, I think my favorite host of the film will always be Wolf Children. That one was just such a special place in my heart. Hey, see, how does this look? It's pretty good, but it's hard. It can be hard to tell if CSP's playback because it sometimes skips frames. Oh, actually, that arm down there is bothering me. Yeah, that's... You need to curve in a lot more. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm gonna put all lines here. I'm pretty happy with that smear frames. Yeah, there's like one smear frame, or like, it's a bit of a smear. I wanted to just mainly go into the squash of it. But yeah, it's 2 frames, so it's equally timed compared to the rest of it, aside from frame 2, which is, yeah, but I'm pretty happy with that. That arm is still bugging me though, because it jitters out. Why is that? I think it's because, yeah, it was behind the head, and here it's popping out, so it's only there for a frame, and it's distracting. I think I solved that. And that arm's also pretty thin. If I can even just, like, remove it, and that would work. I'm curious. Like, it won't be anatomically correct, but because it's such a small amount of time, it might make the whole thing look a bit smoother. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's set that as the reference, and then we'll make a new folder. Okay. Let's color-wise, what should we go with? I don't actually have a set color palette of my character. I tend to bounce around, but let's use my PNG tuber as a reference. Whoop. Let's see where I put that. Where are you? Is it this one? Yes, it is. Okay. And was I just using pure black? Yes, I was. Good. Oops. Let me get rid of the background for now, just to make sure things are being colored. Okay. Here we got a gap here. There it is. Yeah, I would like to stream Mario Galaxy. I don't know, I get in my head about having to play the whole thing on stream. Because I'm like, oh, I want to play just a bit in my bed. Or I don't feel like streaming, but I still feel like playing a game. I don't know. Did I want the black on? It'll be fine. It'll be okay. Eh. Reveal. My eyes look so soulless. Maybe because they're too big. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Ah. Just fill in these gaps a bit better. Oh, it's hit that point in the afternoon where the sun is like annoyingly shining over my screen and stuff. I mean, it's because the days are getting longer, but yeah. The gap here somewhere. I think it's there. How long have we been streaming for? I'll say an hour 54. Wow, it feels like it's been a bit longer. I keep wanting to stream for longer, but then I just kind of like get everything done. Like before like around the 3 hour mark. Is that gap filled? No, okay, it's down here actually. It can be hard to find gaps. Oh. There we go. Okay. Let's see how this looks with color. Pretty good. And I think I want to add shading to it. We'll experiment with that. The only thing I'm noticing is the body isn't super consistent on the left side. Like, see how it kind of goes in, then out, and further out, and in, and there, it's much further out. Wake up a question for you. How do you rate clips you paid for 2D animation? I'd say it is pretty good. It Takes a little bit of getting used to, but I like it because it's kind of designed around a very traditional workflow. Um, and it's kind of similar to like what you would do on paper, but it's kind of all I've really known for like 3 years at this point. So I'm very used to it. You can't do. I mean, it's gotten a lot better. I don't know about like version 3.0 and 4.0. Took his bones, yeah. But like there's not as much tweening. You can't do like character reading and stuff like that. But the hand drawn animation, I really like it because its brushes are good compared to like Flash or Toon Boom. I haven't used a whole lot though. I've only really used 3 software. I've used Chantel. Oh my gosh, we're getting so many professional people in here. For anyone in chat that doesn't know or doesn't know me IRL, Chantel is a very talented animator in every medium I've seen her try. So yes, check out Black Rabbit Animations. They've got, you guys are cooking up a new thing, but the Alice one's very good. Alright, I'm going to try and do some shading. Do I have shading here? I don't. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting using thinner line art. It definitely makes a difference. Needs to look a lot more spaced out. What? Is it? What time is it? It must be yeah, 4:20, 5:30 in Australia. I'll just go for something simple. Ah. The eye. I should have done the eye on the layer above it, on the line art layer. Hello? But how are people going? It's start of a new week. A Monday. Depressing. But that's okay. We'll persevere. I'm unemployed. So it's no different for me. But maybe if I spend these next few months improving my art skills, I might not be unemployed for much longer. It's a big maybe though. Yeah. Bummer, hashtag bummer, yeah. I need to practice lighting and shading. Like, I've never properly memorized or like been good at like, oh, here's my light source. I'll be like, oh, it's shading from here, but I'll put like I'm screaming, like my body wants to put shading here, but that's not necessarily consistent. Oh, I guess it kind of is actually. Never mind. Maybe I'm dumb. But because I've got these like with the neck and this part, it's a cast shadow, right? So it's like that. But then technically, if I'm using the same thing as that, there should be a form shadow here. But then that doesn't look good because it's just a shadow either side of it like that. It's like, ugh. But I'm just gonna leave it. Don't worry about it. Blue. The blue is always hard for me to get a good shade color because it just ends up being a weird kind of saturated thing, or it doesn't look very noticeable. I don't know. Yeah, how you guys going? There's been lots of rain in Australia. Like it's kind of been raining all year, hasn't it? So far. Has it been raining for you guys? Because it's been very nice here. We haven't had like proper we have rainy days, but not like just days of it where it's non-stop, you know. Well, I'm actually really liking how this is all looking at the shading. And this the part I do tend to struggle with the hair shading though, because yeah, like that. It's kind of awkward. Watching from Brisbane, it has been too wet. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it will. Well, it should dry up once winter comes at least, but Still got a few more months. Yeah, the mold must be pretty bad. I think Japan gets its big rain season around May. I'm going to make this whole... I can't do it. Okay, never mind. Might have to go pop off, but keen to see where it gets. Yeah, I'll probably post this on things when it's done. The usual. I will hopefully finish it today. Ideally on the stream. But yeah, keep your eyes posted. Is that going to be too distracting when it comes up? Maybe not. I don't know. I'll do all the hair shading first, and then go back and see how it looks. Because I don't want to do all of it and then have it be bad, and then have to do just one part of it over again. Oh, that's why. When I get like jump scared every time. What? Gosh, I didn't actually do it properly. Okay. And this one. Let's put a little bit there. Just you can have a little bit of shading. Have a little bit of boiled water. Oh, sorry I'm zooming in and out so much. It's probably disorientating to watch. Not what I wanted to do. Oopsies. Is there like just a render button I can do so I can get over being choppy? Animation. Maybe play all frames? Is that better? Still kind of slowing down. I don't know which is better. I prefer speed. yeah, it makes it choppier, but it's more consistent timing wise. Look at that, ooh, artifacting or aliasing. Okay. But the shading isn't too like inconsistent or anything. I think that's okay. Go do some storyboarding, but keep an eye out for the finish. Yeah, enjoy. Have a good time storyboarding. Thank you for coming along. Good. And gets the blue. We'd have a good edge because tangent. But oh man, I really want to play Procopia. I've been seeing people play it, and it's the highest rated Pokemon game ever. Like, oh, so copyright stream, copyrighted audio has been detected. It's popping up saying it's actually really useful though. Yeah, but it must be one of the things in this video. Not sure. That's okay. I will do the thing for it afterwards. But yeah, I want to play Procopia, man, but it's expensive. I'll hold out until it's like a more readily available pre-owned. But like I'm kind of like, oh, I gotta take advantage of the weaker yen for buying games and stuff. Because I was like, oh, I really want to buy a Switch 2 Pro controller because my Australian dollar goes further here and it's cheaper here. But I'm like, in case if they come back, because I'm only on a working holiday visa, it'll be another controller to bring back with me. So I'm like, oh, but like I should get it while I'm here in Japan. At least. I'm blue, okay. No? No, I'm not actually. Okay, never mind. I do have a list of games I definitely want to get in Japan, just in case I do end up going back to Australia. Like in, I want to stay for as long as I can on so I can stay for up to a year and a half on the working holiday visa, but I gotta support myself. So if I can get work, then yeah, I will. I'm gonna change the music just because I think there's a lot of copyrighted things coming from here. It might be AI actually because it's only got 143 views and it's a day ago. Um, it's hard to say. I mean, AI stuff shouldn't get copyrighted anyway. Um, but yeah, I do have a list of games I want to get in Japan here while I'm here. At the top of that list, I think, is games that are like out of print and especially hard to get in Australia. So for me, that is I want to get Nier Automata and One Piece Odyssey And then like some first-party Nintendo games have been getting pretty hard to find in Australia, like Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, Emmy of a Smiling Man. I want to get Theater Rhythm, Final Fantasy, or Final Barline, whatever. Hey, this is AI music. It's hard. I don't know the tells for AI music, so I don't actually know. Let's try this one. I really dislike how it's AI music. There's a big thing. I think it's on Spotify as well, actually, like a big problem on there. Um, it's just AI in general. No one likes it, except for the weird people who do. Yeah, my hobby of buying games. Dangerous, because games are so expensive. But like, I find some really good deals here. Like, I was on the hunt for Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore, which is a Wii U game originally. It's like SMT, Shin Megami Tensei, Cross of Fire Emblem, and it's like idle stuff. I'm like, oh, I remember thinking it was really cool because it came out right when I got into Fire Emblem. It was a Wii U game. I was like, oh, I want to play that. I never did because like it was just too much anime boobage, and like I don't know idle stuff. But now I'm like, oh, I get that scene more. I'm still not really into idols, but like I just like JRPGs more. I like SMT or Persona. I have SMT5 I want to play. I was like, oh, yeah, I really want to pick this up. And it's very hard to get in a lot of places because it's pretty expensive. But I got it from Book Off here for $35, 3,500 yen. So yeah. And I see like Theater for like 2,500. Super Mario RPG goes really cheap here as well. It's just like, oh, but it's, yeah, I gotta pay like for rent and food primarily and not just waste all video games. But I'm on the race. And also going out and seeing more of the country. Pretty much, yeah. Okay. Oh, it's still one more frame. I'm liking how this looks though with the shading. I think the shading works better with thinner line art because it's given more space to like breathe. Sorry, blocking the mic just because it's close to me. Oh, no. Right, that might be it done. Actually, I want to put some shading where this arm is overlaying. That. Let's look. I'm pretty happy with that, honestly. Yeah, I really actually do like the thin line art look with the shading. Wow. Oh, it's stuttering. Oh! Okay, wait, maybe... Go prefer fail frames? Oh, why is it stuttering so much? Okay. It's something I want to do. So I do this with, I've been doing this with my drawings lately. I wonder if it will recreate well in animation. Piece of layer, overlay it. Gives it a little bit of this like a bit of line art. It doesn't really show up because it's such thin line art. But curious. Gives it a little bit of a softer feel. Yeah, I think this will be either like a starting soon thing, maybe like an end card thing, maybe like an emote if someone subscribes while I'm streaming, like a alert kind of thing might pop up. I don't know. But yeah, I'll do lots of other small little animation and stuff like that, and I just want to listen to other characters in the coming months. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this overall. I'll make sure to export it and put it together properly so I can put it on social media and it won't be stuttering at all. But yeah, quite happy with that. Let's see. Almost 5 o'clock. So I might wrap up stream here for today because we're pretty much done. I tomorrow I might stream. I want to just get into the habit of drawing every day and then like streaming while I'm drawing. So streaming every day. But I need to do some admin stuff. I've been putting it off, like I need to go renew my visa. So I will try and do that tomorrow, I think. And Wednesday is usually my day that I go out and explore because that's when the apartment living gets cleaned. So I will do that on Wednesday. So there won't be any stream on Wednesday. There might be on Tuesday tomorrow, depending on how long, how long I'm out. But yeah, I will, if nothing tomorrow, then I will stream on Thursday next. Or maybe in the evening sometime, I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be a bit inconsistent. I'm going to try and make it consistent as best as I can. But yeah, thanks for coming along, everyone who did, and chatting, lots of people, fun stuff. This it says this stream has total over 100 views, which is, I think, the first time for streaming for me, so thank you, and well, milestone, kind of. But yeah. Alright, I will wrap up now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on another stream. I will probably post this as a short on YouTube with music or something. So yeah, alright, bye-bye, see you later. Is this ending it, or is it not end OBS? I don't know, let's see. Bye-bye.